Are you going to give Ryan Strome a look down the middle tonight?
Yep, we will. We're going to play him at center ice. Something we'd like to see. He started his career there, played a lot of games and minutes there throughout junior. In fact, all of them, I believe, and then some at the National League level. So he'll get an opportunity to play there. We'll see what he can do there and what type of comfort we have moving forward putting him there.
Are you going to play with Cass and Carr or Kajula? Do you know?
Kajula and Cass, I believe we have them on lines there.
The performance the other night, I know the plan was initially to have a little bit, more of a look-see with guys tonight. Did the attitude change for this game a little bit based on what occurred the other night, or was it more just a function of getting down in some bodies and limiting the amount of players you actually have available to you?
Well, a combination of both. I feel that we have to get down in bodies so we can keep reps up in practice and keep the pace up in practice. I thought that got away on us a little bit late last week when we played 4 games in 6 nights. You couldn't really run players hard. So getting down in numbers allowed us yesterday to have a good hard practice. Plus the performance wasn't acceptable in my opinion, exhibition season or not. So we'll continue on. Some other guys will get another chance to play and try and work their way into game shape.
What have you thought of Chris Kelly thus far on the PTO?
I think he's done everything he possibly can to come in and compete for a job, and that's why he's still here with us. It's hard to come in and battle under a PTO situation. He brings a lot of things to the table. He's mature. He's comfortable with the league. He understands its intensity and its length. He's a smart penalty killer. So there's a lot of assets that he does bring to the table. Now, the question will be, can he push somebody out on a regular basis, not just on a temporary one?
Sorry, Jason. Is Brad Malone, because you could make an argument that maybe he's competing against Malone as well, or has Malone opened up some eyes with how competitive he's been in this camp, or is this what you guys expected after you signed him to the 2-year deal?
Well, he's reassured us that when we signed him, he brings to the table what we thought he would bring. He's a competitive guy. He plays hard. He's one that's probably going to have to adjust to the new penalty calls because he has a tenacity to him that leads to a few stick infractions, a few penalties that are sometimes reckless. But we'd rather tame that than really start to poke and prod an individual just to get him going. So he brings that to the table, and he's pushing for a job. Again, if you're here in this camp right now, you have a chance to play on our team. If you don't quite make it, it doesn't mean you're forgotten and gone. You're probably on the tip of a recall when injuries occur or somebody's performance falls off.
Is Slepikev close to being ready to play again?
Not quite yet. He's skating. With his injury, he can skate, but there's not a lot of wrestling, pushing, shoving, that type of stuff going on. So he'll need to continue to strengthen things up. And, unfortunately for him, Stanton also he's got a crack in his foot. He's going to be out for a while, so we don't get to see those players and get them up and running, which doesn't help us and certainly doesn't help them as individuals.
Todd, you've experimented different looks, obviously, with the preseasons for. You talked how you liked Larson with Nurse in the playoffs. With Clef getting their night off tonight, will you rotate Nurse with him, or do you want Nurse and Greiba just to get continuity as a pair?
Well, we want Nurse and Greiba to get some continuity as a pair. But if need be, and Jimmy be running the back end tonight, he may throw Darnell out there a little bit with him. We think Darnell's had a pretty strong training camp, and you never know what happens with performance. You don't know what happens injury-wise as the year goes on. So we're already asking a few players to play more stressful minutes on the blue line because of Sekera's injury.